Welcome to Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, with your host, Steve Garrett, lifetime member of the National Corvette Museum, president of the Corvette Club of Kansas City, Missouri, and radio disc jockey at the #1 radio station in Kansas City for over 45 years. Here's Steve Garrett.
Thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, and the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. I appreciate you tuning in. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call them at 833-840-5334. You can listen to Corvette Today on all podcast platforms. You can also listen on your smart device. Just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play the podcast called Corvette Today," and you're connected. And be sure to visit the Corvette Today website. It's CorvetteToday.com. You can access everything there, including the Corvette Today merchandise store. You can also join our Corvette Today Facebook group there as well. Also, make sure you sign up for the Corvette Today emails, notifications, and updates at CorvetteToday.ck.page. And if you like YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our Corvette Today YouTube channel. See all Corvette Today episodes on YouTube as well. And be sure to patronize our flagship sponsors of Corvette Today, MidEngineCorvetteForum.com, the forum that focuses on the new mid-engine C8 Corvette. Meet a lot of fellow Corvette enthusiasts like yourself at MidEngineCorvetteForum.com. Soul Performance Products. Developed and manufactured in the United States, the Soul Performance Products exhaust portfolio has been tailored to elevate the experience of the world's most exciting sports cars, including the latest generation of the Corvette. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Aerolarri Wheels, a true forged wheel with over 20 unique styles to choose from for your C8 and wide-body versions of the C7, C6, and C5 Corvette. It's an amazing value, starting at only $23.88 for a set of 4 fully forged wheels. And use the promo code CT111 and get $100 off your purchase. Visit Aerolarri.com. That's AEROLARRI.com. And use the promo code CT111 for your $100 discount. Ciocca Corvettes. If you're a Corvette enthusiast, and I know you are since you're listening and watching Corvette Today, then you need to know about Ciocca Corvette. They're based in Atlantic City, where you can find over 100 new and pre-owned Vettes on the lot and inbound. Ciocca also ships Corvettes all over the country, custom ordered to your specifications. They're staffed with experienced pros who can answer all your questions. So don't compromise. Visit CioccaCorvette.com. That's CIOCCA Corvette.com and find out more. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. E5 Wheels. E5 Wheels is a passionate and dedicated wheel company that serves only Corvette. They make spun-forged wheels for your C8, C7, and C6 Corvette. With the best fitment in the industry, E5 Wheels ensures your wheels complement the aesthetics and functionality while optimizing the performance of your Corvette. Visit e5wheels.com or call them at 305-964-7429. And a shout out to Canadian Corvette Forum and Corvette Forum, welcoming Corvette enthusiasts from around the world. It's time to talk about the new C8 ZR1 with my good friend and friend of the show, Corvette brand manager Harlan Charles. Harlan, welcome back to Corvette Today, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great. Always great to be on your show. Appreciate what you do.
Thank you, buddy. Harlan, first, let's talk about the debut that everyone's all excited about, the ZR1. Let's break down all the big pieces first. It's 1,064 horsepower and 828 pound-feet of torque. Those numbers, my friend, are mind-boggling. Did you think those numbers, did they take you by surprise, or do you think they would be that high?
Well, I think we were all, I don't know, say surprised, but very pleased with the results. We basically asked our excellent powertrain engineers to give us the most possible. That's why it's not like an even number, like we didn't have a target. We just said, no holds barred. Let's give us the most powerful Corvette engine in history.
Right.
They were even surprised too, because they actually maxed out our dynos in some of their testing. We had to beef up the testing because the engine is stronger than the test equipment.
It's amazing how that happened, isn't it? And we have a number of visual changes for the ZR1. The most obvious one is the large vent that takes the place of the frunk.
Yeah, so in order to harness that power, create more downforce, and cool this engine, we created a new hood and cooling system, and also helps the downforce the way the air passes through. So it's an all-new hood for the ZR1, new cooling up there, and there's also a front spoiler that goes around there. There's also on the side of the car exposed visible carbon intakes and brake duct standard, as well as the visible carbon ground effects that are standard on all the ZR1s as well. And actually, the roof on both the coupe and the convertible are standard visible carbon.
That's awesome. Now let's talk about those, because we do have more visual changes like you were alluding to. The wishbone has that vent in it. And then on the upper shoulder of the rear quarter panel, we've got that vent too. It kind of reminds me of the C7, C06, and the ZR1 with the little vent on the top there. But for the hardtop convertible, there's not that vent on the shoulder. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So the coupe has a special visible carbon hatch duct and a special split window and surround in visible carbon as well. It's a lot of difference in that hatch area on the coupe.
Talk about that for the ZR1 as well. Obviously, the hardtop convertible didn't need that vent. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, the hardtop convertible, obviously with the mechanism and the power there, couldn't really benefit from that vent. But I just want to reiterate, both the coupe and convertible get that full 1,064 horsepower.
That's fantastic. And the ZTK package is back. I love the big wing. We have the big wing, and that puts down 1,200 pounds of downforce. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. So if you want the ultimate track Corvette to set lap records, the ZTK package is really where it's at. And you're right, it includes the aero package. We have a new carbon wing, and it's a dive planes, strakes, cup tires, and special chassis calibration. And it does achieve at top speed over 1,200 pounds of downforce.
That's crazy. And let's talk about top speed for just a minute. Tell me the story, because I know there's a story about 4 test drivers starting out, and their initial run was more than anybody expected, wasn't it?
Yeah, so the initial run at Nürburgring, I think everybody was wondering on that. Anybody's familiar with that track, but there's a long straight where you can see how fast you can go. And they're wondering if they would hit 200 on that straight. And actually, just like you said, all 4 drivers did that. They hit that. And actually, even at the Milford Proving Ground test track, the first time out, we surpassed the previous ZR1 7th gen top speed. And so they're testing in Germany to get our true top speed numbers, which will be coming out in the future. So we're excited about that, but nothing to announce today, but that'll be something everybody's excited about when we do.
Absolutely excited. Well, buddy, let's take our first break. When we come back, we'll talk more about the new C8 ZR1 coming up next on Corvette Today.
We all know that wheels make the car. Wheelcraft's PVD chrome finish in bright chrome or black chrome will take your Corvette to new levels. And it comes with a 5-year warranty. Durability is a defining feature of the Wheelcraft finish. Their PVD chrome is superior to traditional chrome, with a finish that is brake dust resistant and cleans effortlessly with soap and water. Wheelcraft offers factory wheel exchange for select C4 through C8 models, or they can apply the PVD finish to your current wheels. No matter what generation you own, Wheelcraft will transform the look of your Corvette. With every Corvette comes a unique story, and Wheelcraft has embraced this idea. When you purchase your new set of wheels, you receive a lifetime membership to the Wheelcraft Pit Crew, granting you access to your own page on Wheelcraft's website, where you can post pictures and tell your Corvette story. Visit our website at wheelcraft.com or call 833-639-4231. Arrive in style with Wheelcraft.
The National Corvette Restored Society is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. 50 years of affirming and promoting the preservation and restoration of the Corvette. 50 years as the foremost Corvette collector car organization for building value with its prestigious awards. Have you ever considered joining NCRS? Over 70,000 people have. We're so much more than just the nuts and bolts. The NCRS flight judging program can and often does increase the value of America's sports car by researching and publishing the leading tech manuals and judging guides for the 1953 through 2007 Corvettes, by training the best judges, and by hosting local, regional, and national judging events. And when you join, you'll get award-winning magazines like Corvette Restore and Driveline all throughout the year. Joining is simple and easy. Just go to ncrs.org and sign up. There are NCRS chapters all throughout the U.S. and all around the world. Chances are there's a local chapter near you. So join NCRS today at ncrs.org. We come for the Corvettes. We stay for the friendships made along the way.
When you want to buy a Corvette, or any Chevrolet for that matter, get yours from Hendrick Chevrolet Shawnee Mission, located in Kansas City. Hendrick Chevrolet is the largest Corvette dealership and showroom in the Midwest. With a knowledgeable sales staff and Corvette sales specialists on hand, they'll help you build the Corvette of your dreams, and they ship nationwide. With Corvette certified master mechanics on site and a huge parts department with over 24,000 parts and $2 million in inventory, Hendrick Chevrolet is well equipped to take care of your every need. From sales to service to collision repair, Hendrick Chevrolet has you covered. Visit ChevyUSA.com or call 913-384-1550.
For the best in CD Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray aftermarket carbon fiber replacement components and body kits, check out RacingSportConcepts.com or call 1-800-815-3751. Tell them Steve sent you to save 10% with coupon code Corvette Today.
You're listening and watching Corvette Today with Steve Garrett.
Hey, thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. It's the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. I know you want your Corvette looking its best, so dress it up with bright chrome or black chrome wheels. Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or do a wheel exchange, and you get a 5-year warranty too. So visit wheelcraft.com today or just give them a call. 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me is Corvette brand manager Harlan Charles. We are talking ZR1. Harlan, let's talk more about the ZR1 tradition specifically, because I love that. And the edge blue accents for this upcoming ZR1 look fantastic. And I think that you're going to have to correct me if this is wrong, buddy, but I think the accents, the edge blue, go back to the C6 era. But we've got, for this one, for the C8, we've got edge blue seat belts. We've got the engine cover. We've got the racing stripes and the edge blue wheels, which I absolutely love. Talk a little bit more about that and the tradition.
Yeah, good question. So the tradition goes back, like you said, to the 6th generation car. And actually, our CEO at the time, Rick Wagner, after he saw how great the Z06 was going to be, he challenged us. What could you do if you had a car over $100,000? What kind of car would you make? And so we named that project Blue Devil because he was a Duke basketball player, and we did that in his honor.
Oh.
So that became kind of a theme for the ZR1. When the 6th gen came out, we had the blue brakes and some blue accents and things like that. So we've continued that through the 7th and now the 8th generation ZR1s. One of our show cars that we showed was really in that theme. So we had the black car, but everything else had all the engine, had the edge blue. We had the blue brakes, edge blue stripes. We've added a blue stitch interior option.
Ooh.
Of course, blue seat belts. And we have 2 exterior blue colors available as well. And then the neat thing that we've never done before are these new edge blue wheels where you can get the whole wheel edge blue. And a lot of people thought that was pretty cool.
I thought that was awesome. I saw that car at Corvettes at Carlisle and at the anniversary celebration at the National Corvette Museum. I think that would be my spec with the ZTK package and the homage to the C2 Corvette with the split window in the back. That was absolutely fantastic. And I don't know about black cars, but I'll tell you what, that screams ZR1, doesn't it?
It does. And our exterior designer, Kirk Benyon, he totally agrees with you. That's what he's looking to get for his personal car.
Yeah, I think so too. Now, as long as we're talking about visual things, tell me more about the new carbon fiber ZR1 wheel from Carbon Revolution.
It's an all-new carbon fiber wheel from the one that we've used on the Z06 and the E-Ray previously. It's an all-new next-generation carbon wheel. It's a elegant 10-spoke design. And actually, all the wheels on the ZR1 are specific because they do have an increased bolt circle on the rear wheel to handle all that power and torque. And these carbon wheels actually save you 47 pounds of unsprung mass.
Wow.
So it's something you can feel.
Yeah. And speaking of mass and things like that, the new exhaust makes 37 pounds of thrust. Car and Driver magazine said that's like 6 F-15 engines strapped to the bumper, which I thought was a really neat analogy comparison.
Yeah, that's true. It's pretty amazing. It's like half a jetpack thruster. And also, some other neat facts are the turbos, 2/3 the temperature of a shuttle reentry.
Yeah.
The turbos are 1.7 times the speed of sound and can consume an Olympic swimming pool volume of air in just 4 minutes.
Wow.
And one neat thing, too, if people remember the LS7 on the Z06, the 505 horsepower, think about that. One bank is more than that whole engine. So it's basically more than double that incredible engine at its time. We thought that was amazing. This is double that.
That is amazing. And we've got 2 different types of Michelin tires for the ZR1. I think the ZTK package has different tires, don't they?
Yeah, so the standard ZR1 has the PS4S, and when you go to ZTK, you get our excellent PS Cup tires. Now, one thing I should point out is we really designed these 2 chassis to bracket the Z06 in ride. So, for example, the standard car might actually be a little bit more comfortable on the road than, say, the standard Z06 because we have the E-Ray in that price class. So for somebody that wants a comfortable road car, still very capable on track, the standard ZR1's the way to go. But if you want the ultimate, the ZR1 with the ZTK is like a Z06, Z07, and then some. Yeah. A lot firmer, a little stiffer, but that's really the ultimate track. So we kind of have these 2 personalities even within the ZR1.
Yeah. They always say, go big or go home. Well, with Corvette, I always say, go big wing or go home.
Right. That's a good one.
Yeah. And also, I think this is fabulous. There is a tribute to Taj in the window. Tell everybody a little bit more about that tribute to Taj.
Yeah, so we had to hide this from Taj because if he knew about it, we were afraid he wouldn't let us do it. So we knew his retirement was going to come eventually, and the ZR1 was going to be the last Corvette that he gets to introduce. So the team came with this idea of having this little Taj icon silhouette in the rear window. When Mark Royce, our GM president, found out about that, in honor of Taj, he said, you know what? Let's put this on all the Corvettes for 25, on all the windshields, replacing the Zora icon. And let's make this going forward a tribute to Taj Juchter, our executive chief that we miss already. He's done so much for us, and this is our way of celebrating him on every Corvette going forward.
That's a fantastic deal. Mark, thank you for doing that. Harlan, let's take our final break. When we come back, we'll talk more about the engine, the ZR1, and get some final thoughts from him. Coming up next on Corvette Today.
Are you ready for a better insurance policy without the Corvette tax? With Agreed Value Protection, the value of your collector vehicle will never change. Plus, you'll save money. Get a quick quote at ncminsurance.com.
Hey, honey, are you awake?
I am now.
I can't sleep. Since turning 50, I keep dreaming of a red door and a blue door, somehow knowing there are only choices for retirement.
Okay.
Through the red door, we outlive our money. We have to rely on our kids. We're stuck on a fixed income. It's terrifying.
Yeah, that would suck.
But through the blue door, our money outlives us. We retire on our terms. Our kids stay our kids, not our caretakers. We make work optional.
Yes, that's much better. That's what I want too. But what do we do?
We call True Wealth & Company at 913-653-8783. They specialize in helping successful people make work optional. They're our fiduciary Blue Door personal wealth managers.
Hey, where are you going? It's 3 a.m.
I can't sleep. I'm going to check out True Wealth & Company online at retirewithtrue.com. That Blue Door is going to be our retirement.
913-653-8783. Visit us online at retirewithtrue.com. Investment advice offered through True Wealth & Company, LLC, a registered investment advisor in the state of Kansas.
VetFinders.com is the Internet's original Corvette classified ads website, with classified ads starting at just $25. And every ad runs until your Corvette is sold. If you're in the market for a Corvette, VetFinders.com has over 500 Corvettes for sale from all around the USA and Canada and covering all 8 generations. Visit VetFinders.com, the Internet's destination for buying and selling Corvettes. That's VETTE Finders.com.
Rev up your ride with the ultimate upgrade. The Radiator Grill Store is your go-to destination for top-notch C8 Corvette Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray accessories. Elevate your style with custom-painted engine bay covers, sleek front splitters, and side skirts that scream sophistication. Keep your C8 protected with premium Radiator Grill screens. Stand out from the crowd at car shows and beyond. Use code CT10 for an exclusive 10% discount off your total purchase at RadiatorGrillStore.com. Don't miss out on turning heads. Upgrade your Corvette today.
This is the Corvette Today podcast with Steve Garrett.
Thanks once again for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. I know you want your Corvette looking its best. Well, dress it up with bright chrome or black chrome wheels. Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or do a wheel exchange, and you still get a 5-year warranty. So visit wheelcraft.com today or just give them a call, 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me is Corvette brand manager Harlan Charles. We are talking everything ZR1. Harlan, before we talk more about the ZR1, let's talk about the new interior. I love the habanero interior that's new for 2025.
Yeah, I do too. Like we talked about previously, all the blue accents. Well, in 2019 ZR1, we did a Sebring Orange special. So we brought some of that back for this ZR1 as well. So we have the Sebring Orange coming back and the special habanero interior, which goes really well with that or with other colors as well. We showed it in a white convertible with orange stripes and orange brake calipers. It really looks stunning.
And we're going to talk more about what's new for 2025 in just a minute. But I want to get back to the engine because this is the first time Corvette has been turboed with twin turbos that are 67 millimeters. Tell me more about those and how you got such a great big turbo into this engine compartment.
Yeah, so these turbos are very big, and were designed in-house, and they're dual monoscroll turbos. We have a 67 millimeter turbine wheel, like you said, 76 millimeter compressor. They're part of an integrated exhaust manifold, and these support over 20 psi of boost. So that's really a part of what helps give us that massive torque curve where it really can be over 800 foot-pounds, everywhere from 3,000 RPM all the way to 6,500. You're getting that massive torque.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I also love the tribute to the 63 split window because the 63 split window was the car that really got me into Corvette. Was that always planned for the ZR1 when you guys introduced the C8?
Well, there's always been design proposals since I've been on Corvette for years about, should we bring back a split window? That's a lot of people's favorite car. The one they remember is that 63. Ultimately, we wanted not to just do it for styling's sake or design's sake. We wanted to do it for a functional reason. And this ZR1 gave us the perfect opportunity to do that. It ties in with what we also planned for the GT3 race car, and it offers extra cooling vents right down the middle of the hatch over the engine where you want it. And the neat thing about it, too, is it's visible carbon, but we also show this in our show cars. You can get that body color, which really emphasizes that split window look. And then it's all surrounded by visible carbon fiber around the two panes of glass.
That's fantastic. It's nice that you can either get it in carbon fiber or in the body color. And with the body color, it really accentuates that split window design, which is really good looking. Now, I know the engineers have tackled and they overcame the well-known problem with turbos, which is turbo lag. That's really exciting because everybody says, oh, turbos, that's awesome, but you got that turbo lag. But we have overcome that, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. They did that with electronically controlled wastegates. They have creative engine controls that reduce turbo lag on the street and eliminate it on the track. It really features controlling the boost level when the throttle's closed during dynamic driving. So when you exit the braking zone and you hit that accelerator back, you have positive pressure already built up on the throttle bodies.
And I love that the ZR1 is now talked about in terms of being a hypercar with over the 1,000 horsepower. As a matter of fact, I think you even talked about it in some of your presentations. It actually has one more horsepower than the multi-million-dollar Mercedes AMG 1. One more horsepower.
Right. A lot of people like that when I brought that up because we have 1064. That car has a $2.7 million car with 1063.
Yeah.
So I said maybe they should have called it the AMG 1 less.
That's funny. I like that.
Or we could have called ours the ZR1 more, too. That works both ways.
It does work both ways. That's pretty funny. Now, this is still going to be a 2025 car, isn't it? We're looking forward to seeing pricing and then the release of that sometime next year. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right. During the time, we'll make sure that we have pricing and ordering and all the options and everything in plenty of time before production starts so people don't need to worry about that.
Perfect. Now, in closing, let's talk about what's new for 2025. Also, the build and buy configurator is up and running, and it's got a new name, doesn't it?
That's right. Yeah, the build and buy is up and running for 25 for the Stingray, the E-Ray, and the Z06. And then we also have, if you go to the upcoming cars or upcoming vehicles, we have a ZR1 customizer, which doesn't have every possible option, but it has the main things: wheels, exterior, interior colors. So you can even get a head start on configuring your dream ZR1 as well. But we have the full pricing configurator out for 25. And some of the things that you're going to see there that are new that we've shown on both the ZR1 and at the different Corvette events, Carlisle, Museum, etc., that we've been this year, are the new colors. So we have a new competition yellow tint coat. We have a new Hysteria purple. And of course, the Sebring orange, which we talked about. And you mentioned the habanero interior. That's available in both leather and suede. We also have the blue stitch option, which we talked about. The Stingray with the Z51 package gets an all-new spoiler, which is a wing-type spoiler. And the Z06, we now have 4 new wheel choices and a new design. So a new 10-spoke wheel, which is really beautiful as well.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing 2025 cars coming off the line, that's for sure. Buddy, thank you so much for taking time to be on Corvette Today. Can't wait for the ZR1 to start being built and hit the streets.
Yes, again, thanks for always having my show, and very proud that you told me I'm your most common guest.
You're welcome back anytime on Corvette Today, my friend. Anytime.
Thank you.
Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today. And be sure to tell your family, friends, and other Corvette enthusiasts about the Corvette Today show. And thanks to our sponsors, Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com to learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call 833-639-4231. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Ciocca Corvette at CIOCCACorvette.com. E5 Wheels at E5Wheels.com. True Wealth and Company at RetireWithTrue.com. Also, Aerolarri Wheels, get $100 off your purchase with the new promo code CT111 at Aerolarri.com. Racing Sport Concepts at RacingSportConcepts.com. And Hendrick Chevrolet in Kansas City at ChevyUSA.com.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. If you'd like to contact Steve with ideas for Corvette Today, you can email him at stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Garrett has 2 R's and 2 T's. That's stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Also, sign up for email notifications at corvettetoday.ck.page. Follow Steve and the show on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Threads at Steve Garrett DJ. Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today.